What's up, friends? Welcome back to KimmyDTV, a place where nurses and aspiring nurses come to achieve academic, career, and life success. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing, is being a licensed practical nurse or licensed vocational nurse still worth it in 2025? So I just want to clarify for those of you guys who are foreign nurses. I know there are some nurses or aspiring nurses watching me from Africa, the Caribbean. I even got people from the Philippines. Thank you guys so much. I love you. My family is from Haiti, so I understand. So LPN, LVN is called licensed practical nurse or licensed vocational nurse. It's just a step below registered nurse. So I think it's mostly in the US and Canada. I'm not sure if it's in other countries, but if you're thinking nurse in your country, think a step below that. So LPN, LVNs, they can, depending on the state, they can do like focused assessments, like very focused assessments. They give medications, they give treatments, they can be charge nurses, they can work in various facilities such as jails, nursing homes, clinics, pop-up clinics, home care. They could even work on movie sets. They can do a lot of things. And how do I know this? Because I was an LPN for 7 years before becoming a registered nurse. Okay, so this video is basically going to discuss, is becoming an LPN LVN worth it in 2025? And I did make another video called do I regret going back for my RN as LPN? I highly suggest that you guys watch that video too. It could give you more of a viewpoint. So guys, right now at this time, me recording this video, I do live in Houston, Texas. I am from Brooklyn, New York, and I can say that I don't know about now because obviously I work as an RN, but I could say as a licensed practical nurse, at least if you live in New York, I know you can make extremely good money as a licensed practical nurse. Versus when the first time I moved to my first try at moving to Houston, I did experience a lot of difficulty trying to land a gig. So I don't know if this was a divine thing, like God was like, oh, I'm closing these doors for you because actually I don't want you here right now. I want you to put yourself back in school to become a registered nurse. So I'm not sure about that. However, you guys can comment down below, those guys who are from Houston, Texas. If you guys say you could find a job, maybe things have changed, but I found it more difficult to find a job as a licensed practical nurse in Texas. And I think the reason is because in New York, I feel like there's just a lot more entrepreneurship. What I mean by that is like in New York, there's a lot more facilities in the healthcare field. Okay, a lot of people are opening up nursing homes and stuff like that. So I am so grateful to them because they create jobs. So as an LPN, if you're in New York, like say, you know, you're just working a regular 9 to 5, maybe you're a secretary or a sales associate, or I don't know what you do, I'm not too sure. But say you're just a regular person and you become an LPN, it could literally change your life overnight. Okay, so shameless plug. Okay, I know you guys are like, oh, this is why she's making this video, to promote her book. No, if you watch my video for my channel for a long time, you know I have a plethora of free videos on my channel of tips on being LPN, if that's what interested you. But I did make a book called What I Wish I Would Have Known as an LPN, if you guys are interested in it. I even give advice, some personal things that happened to me personally throughout my career and stuff to help you. Here's the thing, I feel like a lot of people, I'm gonna put that right there so you guys can look at it. I feel like a lot of people get so caught up in titles, which is why I made a video of why associate degree RN is better than BSN degree RN. And after, like, now I have 11 years of nursing experience, I would implore you guys, like, do not get caught up in titles and what society thinks. I know it's extremely hard to do that, but please, for the love of God, do not get caught up in titles and what society thinks. Becoming a licensed practical nurse has several benefits. First of all, in life, this is why I vouch for the stepladder approach. If you are struggling financially, or if you know, came from a background, maybe your parents were immigrant parents, or maybe you just came from a background where you had limited funds for whatever reason, or maybe your life took a twist and a turn for some reason and you need to get back on your feet, and you need to get back on your feet quickly. We see everything that's going on with inflation right now. I'm not gonna get into politics because I don't wanna open Pandora's box. But if you see what's going on right now in this world and you want to change your life, becoming a licensed practical / vocational nurse can open that door for you 100%. Is it easy? No. And to be honest, if you were to ask me which one is harder, LPN school or RN school, I would say hands down LPN school. And I'm like, what? Yes, it's harder because you hear nursing school is hard, but you don't really understand what it means until you're in there, you know? But you're gonna succeed in LPN school because what? You got my book, and I talk about nursing school in that video, in this book. And I have a lot of videos on my channel that talk about how to succeed in nursing school as well. And you can always ask me. So, so guys, becoming a licensed practical nurse can change your life and the life of your children overnight, 100%. Now, I do think sometimes that, yes, it does depend on the state that you live in, okay? So I think wherever state you are, you can find a job. You can find a job. You don't know, like I've been an RN for like roughly 5 years now. I still get emails talking about, hey, we have a PRN LPN position here. You know, we have there's even LPN positions where you can travel with people, you know, people who, come from a well-to-do family and they can hire a nurse to travel with them, but you know, it's like cheaper to hire LPN versus an RN. So you know, even if they're well-to-do, they want to be still smart with their money. There's so many like opportunities. There's so many opportunities that LPN gave me, especially as I was graduating RN school. That's when I started to see it a lot, which is so funny. But becoming an LPN can seriously change your life. So however, and also one thing I like about becoming an LPN is that you don't have all these hoops to jump through, okay? Check out my ADN before RN video. If you're really just set on being an RN, I get it, watch that video. But if you are pressed for time, you are pressed for money, of course being an RN, that schooling is going to be more expensive than becoming an LPN. However, make sure whatever LPN school you choose, especially if you don't read this book, make sure you know whatever school you choose, make sure that it's accredited, okay? Don't go to just any old school that's fake, okay? Go to a credible school, all right? So I could say becoming an LPN is 100% worth it. It could change your life. It could change your income bracket, and if you work very hard, you know, you would actually even enjoy it, you know. My best job in nursing in my whole 11 years experience so far was an LPN job I had at a clinic in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, I'm not gonna say the name of it because like I don't know if I'm allowed to or not, but I absolutely loved that job. Like loved it. Like even as an RN, I could say like that's one of my best positions ever. I loved it. It was low stress. It paid well. It was just amazing. I just couldn't work it all the time because I was going into my final semester as an RN, and they required me to be on a 9-to-5 schedule, which I couldn't because I was in school, which is understandable. So I would say yes, becoming an LPN, LVN in 2025 is worth it, you know. And I know some people will be like, oh, like you're gonna hear like, oh no, just go for RN. Are these people paying your bills? I would ask you that. Like, are these people, like, do you have the time, the money, the energy to spend a year and a half going through prerequisites. Now, granted, the way I went about it is I did a lot of my prerequisites before, no, I did a lot of my prerequisites while I was going through RN school, right? Watch my How I Became an RN, like LPN to RN video down below. But I made sure I take my heavy sciences right before I started my RN program, and they were extremely expensive. I don't remember how expensive it was, but I remember in the video I say the exact dollar amount it cost me. AMP1 was expensive. AMP2 was expensive. Micro was expensive. Okay? I believe, yes, those were the heavy sciences that were required, and they all had to come with the lab. Make sure they come with the lab, you know, because when you're applying for different licenses in different states, oh, they go back, they go all the way back. They go back like, oh, let me see your transcripts. Not every state, but some states, they ask you, okay, let me see your transcripts from your prerequisite days. So that's why a lot of people have to understand. Okay, guys? So, please, 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 for the love of God, make sure your prerequisites have labs. But if you are pressed for money, you know, you are pressed for time, there is no shame in getting your LPN. You could still make good money. You could still have a job that you enjoy, versus a year goes by, 6 months goes by, and you're still thinking, oh, what should I do? What should I do? Okay, so that's my video. I'm not saying, because I know some people going, oh, I'm not saying don't go for RN. If you're sure that nursing is what you want to do, and you're gonna give up that money, that time to go back to school to get your prerequisites first and go for RN, I'm all for you. I'm supporting you 100%. Look at my videos down below if you don't believe me. But if you're pressed for time, you're pressed for money, and you need something that will get you on your feet right away, and you're not doing it just doing it for money, you know, you're doing it for the right reasons as well, then why not go for LPN? Just saying, especially if you live in New York. As an LPN, you can make very, very good money. All right, guys? So don't forget to get a copy of my book. Being an LPN is not easy now, but it's easier when you have a guide. I wish I would have had that. I go into a lot of things, school, medication cart etiquette. I go into working in nursing home, working in jails, working in floating, rounds, time management, delegation, inputting medication, nursing care plans, state super surveyors. I go into a lot of things in this book. All right, guys? So I believe in you, and let me know what other videos you want to see from me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.